He's finally here performing for you. It's a Donkey Kong game and it's finally brand new. Guys, they did it after 11 years. It's been 11 years. We finally got a new one and it looks so good. It looks incredible. Okay, this is going to be a little rambly, but let me just say, get it out of the gate. Donkey Kong Bananza looks absolutely incredible. Like, this game looks so freaking good. Like, literally, for years, I've been fantasizing about a new Donkey Kong game, like a new 3D Donkey Kong game. And gameplay-wise, this is, like, exactly what I wanted it to be. I mean, obviously, I never envisioned the idea of, like, digging around and, terraforming and all that, which does look really cool. But, like, the sort of combination of, like, 3D platformer, open world, and, like, combat, like, that's exactly what I wanted out of a 3D Donkey Kong game. And, like, gameplay-wise, this is that. Like, this is exactly everything I would have wanted gameplay-wise from a Donkey Kong game, and it just looks so good. Like, it looks unbelievably fun, even if this wasn't Donkey Kong. If this was if this was a new IP, like, I don't know, Gorilla Man Deluxe Bonanza or whatever, I would still probably buy this. Like, this just looks so fun to actually play. It looks so fun to actually just, like, explore this world, which, by the way, this world looks great. It's a really pretty looking game. I will get into a little bit of, like, how it looks as a Donkey Kong game in a minute, but, like, visually, this looks like a next-gen game. It's really, 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 really pretty. But the gameplay looks so fun. The combat looks great. I'm so happy. It seemingly is open world, which I'm really happy about. Donkey Kong, I think, actually really does work in open world, and I'm really glad it's a 3D game. Like, I love 2D Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong Country is my favorite series of all time, by the way, if you didn't know. I'm the world's biggest DK fan, according to me and nobody else. But, like, I like DK64 a lot. I am glad 3D Donkey Kong is getting another shot, because, like, that game is good, DK64, but it's, like, it's got some issues. I got a couple of nitpicks with it. One could say is a little too many things to collect. And I think another take at this, is really, really good. And especially a game like this, which, by the way, this looks like it's from the Odyssey team. Like, they got their stink all over it, and I mean that in the best way possible. Odyssey, honestly, is like a top-tier Switch game. It doesn't get enough respect anymore, I don't think. It's so freaking good. And this game looks, it looks up to par. Like, it looks up to snuff with big AAA Nintendo games. Speaking of which, this looks like the big AAA single-player game for the Switch 2. Like, you look on the Switch 2 website, and it's like, they're listing, in terms of, like, really big games, they're listing, like, two. It's Mario Kart World, which is $80, which, yuck. That's another conversation from another day. And Donkey Kong Bonanza. And, like, those two are, like, the big ones. Like, those are the big AAA games. Obviously, there's Kirby Air Riders, which looks sick, by the way. But, like, that's a Kirby spinoff. That's not, like, as big of a deal. And from what it seems, Donkey Kong Bonanza is the marquee, big, crazy single-player experience for this console, which is wild. Like, we've come so far. Like, from this series that was dead for a decade, to get a theme park and then to get, like, the big Switch 2 title to be Donkey Kong is insane. Like, genuinely, we are feasting right now. We are eating so good. This is unprecedented waters. I am blown away that is the situation we're in right now as Donkey Kong fans and just as Nintendo fans in general. This whole Switch 2 presentation was great. But talking a little bit more about Donkey Kong and its sort of like role, not only just like as this big, Switch 2 title, but kind of looking at it as this big Switch 2 title, it's one of those things where it's like it makes a lot of sense in hindsight. Like, you look at the Switch 1, and besides the Wii series, Donkey Kong is the biggest Nintendo series not to get a fully original game on the Switch, which is kind of insane that it took them this long. But, like, if you're making a Switch 2, you want big new games, but you also want big new games that aren't like the games you've already got on the Switch 1. So you're looking at it and you're like, oh yeah, Donkey Kong is the biggest IP that Nintendo has that didn't get a game on Switch 1. In retrospect, makes a lot of sense that they would pick DK, like, weirdly, and this isn't just me as the DK fanboy, even though this is totally me as the DK fanboy. It kind of makes a lot of sense that DK is the one they'd pick. It makes sense that DK is the one they'd really push forward as this big IP because, like, it has the potential to be that. It is that, pretty objectively, just in terms of, like, game sales. It's one of the highest selling Nintendo series. And so giving it this platform, I think, is huge. And this game itself just looks freaking incredible. It looks so unbelievably fun to play. Like, and it comes out in, like, 3 months. It's going to be here so soon. July 17th. I cannot believe it. That soon for a game that looks this good is just, like, I can't even believe it. This looks so unreal. This is unreal. Like, this feels fake. This feels like I have entered a wormhole into the fake world of fiction, but it isn't. It's real. It's factual. It's actual, and that's unbelievable to me. And Can we just talk about this box art for a second? Just, oh my god, it's so pretty. This is one of the best looking box arts I've ever seen out of a Nintendo game. Like, this art is unbelievably good looking. It's just so freaking nice to look at. I cannot get enough of this art. I've been staring at this art for the last like hour, and it's just, I keep finding more things about it I like. Like, it's just so good. And honestly, I really like DK's design. When it comes to DK's recent redesign, my thoughts on it were basically, it's like the old DK design, but a little bit worse. And for the most part, that is kind of how I feel about it in like renders and in like stills and in like, you know, products that they're putting in like Target or whatever. But in this game, it makes me understand why they changed it. It makes me, I'm like, I'm looking at how expressive DK is. I'm like, oh, that's why they gave him the redesign. That's why they made his face look different. For stuff like this, for expressions like this, to make it look like this. Like, all of the sudden, this redesign that I was a little lukewarm on. I didn't hate it, and I still don't hate it. I think it's fine, whatever. But looking at it here, I'm like, oh, this is why you did it for this game. This is why this design change happened. It looks great. Like, within the context of Bananza, it looks really good. As far as the other element of his redesign, which is his overalls, take him or leave him. I don't really care. He looks better without him. I'm glad he's not wearing them in the box art. And the little parts of the trailer where he's not wearing them do look better. It does give me a lot of hope that Donkey Kong will have a lot of costumes in this game. Like, I think that's really cool and really fun. Different costumes for DK is something I wish they would have done a long time ago. But, like, obviously we just haven't had enough DK games to pull something like that off. I think it's a really good idea for this. It looks really cool. I hope it gets a really cool one. I hope we get some deep cuts. Speaking of deep cuts, I think that's Espresso the ostrich. That looks like Espresso. That's an ostrich right there. I'm hoping that's Espresso. Or that could be one of the other ostriches from, if you don't know, Donkey Kong Country 2 Game Boy Advance has this like weird underground ostrich racing mini game where you have to like race these ostriches, all of which are named, by the way. It could be one of those. It could be one of those guys. They could bring those back. I doubt it because there's certain things about bringing characters back in this game that are a little bit concerning, but that's, you know, I'll get to that in a second. But like, I don't know, I'm just happy the ostrich is here. He looks great. I love the like Donkey Kong Country 1 throwback level. Like, that looks super sick. It does look like it controls a little weird, like putting a 3D character in a 2D plane. It does look a little janky. And I don't really know what context that is, or Kong text, haha. I don't know if that's just like a one-off little mission, or if there's going to be kind of like a Sonic Frontiers thing where you like occasionally will run into like more structured platformer levels. I kind of hope it's not that. I kind of hope that is a little bit more of like a one-off thing, or even just like a world that's based on the look of Donkey Kong Country a little more, because this game looks incredible, does not really feel all that Donkey Kong Country to me, which was something I noticed when I first watched it. I was like, this doesn't really feel DKC. It feels very Donkey Kong, but not Donkey Kong Country. And honestly, this game visually feels more like Kirby in the Forgotten Land than anything else. Is anyone else getting that vibe? That's the vibe I'm getting from this, which I don't hate, by the way. I think it looks good and I think it works, but like the very sort of naturalistic sort of vibe of Donkey Kong Country really isn't here all that much, and that is not my favorite thing in the world. I really wish it was. I wish it was a little more naturey. I wish it was a little less cartoony. I mean, obviously Donkey Kong's always been a cartoon character, but I wish, you know, DKC, the rare games, kind of dialed it back a bit, and this does seem like it's going a little further in that direction, and I don't love that, but it still looks really good. Honestly, the biggest issue I have, and this is a huge red flag, I don't know if this is what it's actually going to be like in the final product, but no Diddy Kong, massive red flag. Like, that is something that to me is like, uh-oh, that's a problem. Diddy should be there. Diddy should always be there in a Donkey Kong game. Like, he should be there. Maybe not always playable. I love DKC 3. That's maybe my favorite one. He's not playable in that. You know, I love, you know, a lot of games where he's not playable. And I like Jungle Beat a lot, but it's like, if this is the new direction for DK, and it evidently seems like it is, no Diddy is a red flag. That to me is like, Diddy needs to be there. He's important. The lack of Kremlings doesn't bother me that much. I wish they were here. I like the Kremlings a lot. I love K. Rool. He's super cool, but like, Voidco looks cool. I like them. The like rock crystal characters, I could take them or leave them. They have not really left an impression on me. They're going to take a minute to get used to. But Voidco, I like those designs a lot. I wish they were Kremlings, but those designs are really good. I can't complain. They just look nice. You know, I like the Kremlings. I don't need the Kremlings, which is a very hot take to say about Donkey Kong. Like, I love them, but they're not requirement for me, even though they should probably be there. Voidco looks cool. It is weird that you can only find their name on the website. Speaking of which, website looks super clean. Go look through it if you haven't. There's a ton of renders, a ton of incredible official art, which, by the way, it's just super cool. I love looking through that sort of stuff. And I've spoken before about how much I love renders and looking at that sort of thing. And the website just has so much there. Please check it out. It's great. But yeah, this game just, this is it. This is the Donkey Kong game we've been waiting for a decade. Like, DK fans, if you've been concerned, if you've been like, where's this game? This is it. Donkey Kong Bananza is the next big Donkey Kong game. This is the next big AAA Nintendo game. Like, this is the big deal. This is the big kahuna for the Switch 2 besides Mario Kart. This is the big open world single player adventure. We don't know if it's open world. It looked open world. This is huge. And this seemingly is taking the place of a 3D Mario, which we haven't had in so long, and yet we're getting Donkey Kong instead. That's wild to me. And just, I don't know, this whole thing just looks great. This looks so good. I'm so excited. This is by far the most hyped I've been for a Nintendo game in a very long time. I've been so tired of waiting for Donkey Kong. Like, I don't want to be that guy complaining all the time. But just like, it's been a decade, guys. We finally got it, and I'm so happy it's here, and I'm so happy it looks as good as it does. I have a couple nitpicks. Please put Diddy in this game. Please, dear God, put Diddy in this game. But like, look at this game. It looks so good. I can't complain that much. I am so happy. This game looks absolutely fantastic, and I hope it is as fun to play as it looks like it is to play. Because this gameplay loop looks phenomenal. Like, I am here. I am in it to win it. I am very, 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 very excited for this one. Please don't be bad. Please don't be bad. Please, Nintendo, do not let this game be bad.